Hi guys, Steve back with you here from Midwest Corporate Air. One of the things I'm trying to do here today is to help people better understand instrument approaches. And the FAA does a pretty good job in their instrument procedures handbook as well as their instrument flying handbook. If we were to look at page 1-20, one of the things it talks about is course reversals. So what I'd like to do first is even back it up from that just a little bit here. From a course reversal standpoint, remember, the controller is either he's going to do one of two things. He or she is going to send us in on the approach to intercept the final somewhere with a radar vector. They typically do that at the approach gate 2, 3 to 5 miles outside of the final approach fix. Or they send us to do the approach on our own. When they do that, they either clear us to or vector us to the initial approach fix. So when we're flying an approach, we either do a radar vector or we go to an instrument approach fix. Now, if we're doing the instrument approach fix, if we're starting it there on our own, we oftentimes usually have to reverse the course. So one thing we do is called a procedure turn or procedure track. If we do a procedure track, then I'll show you an example of it here. This is a procedure track. Here's a good example here. This is at Neil Armstrong, Buchenroth Airport. Here, we might get cleared direct to Jolliffe intersection. And from there, there's no procedure turn. We're going to turn at the intermediate fix, shoes, and then we're going to go right on into the final approach fix, Avisa, and then on into the airport. So this would be an example of a procedure track, Jolliffe, shoes, Avisa. We might be coming in from the northwest, or might go Cipro directly into shoes, and then, of course, right on into Avisa and the airport from there. This is a good example of a procedure track. Now, the next method we might do to reverse the course is a procedure turn. On the procedure turn, what we do here is we typically start at some sort of an initial approach fix. In this case here, if we were to come from, let's just say we were coming in from the southwest, and we would be heading, say, direct to Weaving intersection. From there, we would turn and then maybe go outbound again on the procedure turn at the where it's depicted, and then we're going to turn around and come back in on this 45-180 maneuver. Now, oddly enough, we don't really have to do the 45-180. We could do various methods, which are listed in both the Instrument Procedures Handbook and the Instrument Flying Handbook. But most people are going to come in, make that turn to 276, make that turn again to 141, then come back to 321, intercept the final, and then right on into to the airport from there. So that's a second method, a second type of a course reversal, the procedure turn. A third method would be a hold in lieu of a procedure turn, where basically that method is saying we have to do the hold. Here's an example going into Bellefontaine, where maybe we're going into the Zeeden intersection here, and maybe we're coming into Zeeden, and we're set up maybe nicely to Teardrop, and we come around right back in, and then we go in from there. And that's how we got turned around on the hold in lieu of the procedure turn. All right, and then the next method that we could have to do as well is when we do what's called a teardrop procedure. Now, I looked for a lot of examples. I didn't find them, so I went back to the Instrument Flying Handbook and just pulled an example out of there. And this is one where the person would come in and they would begin the descent on the teardrop. They come in here on the VOR. They might begin the descent, and then they come right back around for the approach right here. So that's a fourth method of teardrop. It's not a method that we really ever see very much, but it is one of the methods, and it's one of the methods listed. So to summarize it, what we have here, we're either going to do a radar vector where the vector's outside the final approach fix, or we're going to do a procedure track, a procedure turn, a hold in lieu of a procedure turn, or last of all, maybe a teardrop procedure. So those are the different methods that the FAA gives us. And with that, I hope that helps understand better on the instrument approach how we get turned around if we're doing it on our own. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching our videos. If you like what you see and it helps you out, by all means, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel. And if you're interested in flying with Midwest Corporate Air, just take a look at our website. The information we need is on there, and we hope to see you in the future. Thank you.